The purpose of this video is for me to explain what happened for me to break my arm really badly, because I'm sick of kind of having to write it out and stuff, and writing down for me just no. So on the 5th of August, 2 months ago, I was rollerblading with my friends, and I fell back in a game, and it broke across there. Yeah, it was, I sat down a few minutes, I walked off, took my shoes off because I was in that much pain, and I just lay down because I was almost going to pass out. I lay down, a nurse came over to me. She was at the place with her family, and she saw what happened, and she rushed over, and she said to just call Mum. I got my friend to call my mum on this thing. I unfortunately have to call my phone, and it's kind of hard to explain, but the Mum and Dad came a few minutes later, and I was rushed. Well, they took me in their car to the hospital, and I went to sit down, and they triaged me and stuff, and I got taken in about 20 minutes later. I had my clothes changed and everything. I had about 20 x-rays. Actually, no, maybe that's an exaggeration. Maybe about 15, because it was that badly broken. And then what happened? I went back down to the seat. They said I'd need surgery. I knew that already. It was pretty bad, so yeah. I lay down. They put a thing on it, like across here to here. They cut off my clothes because my arm was so swollen. There's even stretch marks now. That you couldn't get my top off without me screaming or anything. So they cut through my clothes and stuff. That was a bit embarrassing. They wheeled me down to pediatrics, and I stayed there for a while they prepped for surgery. That night, I was wheeled up to theatre, had my operation. They put a new thing on. It was manipulation to put it back into place. What can I do with the photo? I'll see if I can get it up on this. How do I do that? Anyway, I'll post it at the end of the video, the photos. And, yeah, what happened that night? I went back to bed, and that was on the Sunday. Monday morning, I was, a bit woozy and crap, and they just kept me there. I think I almost passed out Sunday night, because I was on the way back from the bathroom. I needed to actually get wheeled back to the bed. That's how weak I was. On the Tuesday, I was let out for a couple of hours. I was sick, and I ended up going straight back in. On the Wednesday, I was getting, well, I think I just stayed in hospital, walked around, did nothing really. Met a couple of nice people in the beds next. I talked to them and stuff, and they were nice back. The Thursday, I waited around for half the day before the people from the Starlight Foundation came in, and they were nice. The way they treat those little kids is so amazing. I really, really, really would like to help out that's one of the reasons why I want to be a pediatric nurse when I leave school. I mean, I've got another 4 years, so. Anyway, what else happened? Thursday I had my operation. I was under for about 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Afterwards they put me up on morphine. I was sick multiple times, so they put me on Ventinol. That was better. I wasn't sick again, I don't think. I can't remember. I can hardly remember that night. Friday I was just chilling in hospital, met some other people, walked around a bit. Still a bit blur, so I didn't do anything until about 12 o'clock in the afternoon. The Friday Saturday I was walking around. I think I was. What happened on the Friday? I can hardly no, hang on. I'm already going to Friday. Friday was, yeah, pretty bleh. Saturday I was discharged in that morning. I I'm still recovering actually. I went to physio about 3 or 4 weeks later. They took my cast off. I had a half cast, and they put this splint on it. The splint, it's been moved a couple of times, like extended and flexed, and I have a full scar here. I can show you. About 3 weeks ago, I had an operation. It was yeah, 3 operations on a broken arm. That's not bad. Wow, I'm about to have my 4th. So, they were moving my arm. You can see the scar here. They were just moving it because I wasn't getting enough movement. I've been going to hydro, and that's been good. Hydro is good because I can just swim. I've been doing laps of breaststroke. It's good because I like it. The problem is I'm like the youngest person there. And my dog's having a spasm. Oh, yes, come here. Anyway, and next week, it's probably gonna be next week. I don't know when, but I'm having another operation. It's if you look at my arm, see that lump? That's a pin. That operation on a couple of nights after I did the injury, they were putting plates and things in. That's why it took so long. And one of the pins was for my broken arm, and it's kind of become useless because my elbow's healed, so it's not needed anymore, and my body's just trying to resist it, and it's getting in the way. So I'm getting that removed, and I'm actually quite worried it might burst through before, which would be really freaky. I don't want that to happen. Probably wouldn't. I don't know. But that. Oh. Hi. Sorry.